Hello to viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. Hopefully the live stream is working and you guys can hear me. Audio and video should be working. And if anybody of you are there, please write yes AV. And I had made sure that this time there is no restraint on the chat, so you should be able to write anything. Professor, so this is my last live stream, Telegram video watching. Reason I'm behind the goal of achieving of my think through, man. You just like writing things like let it flow properly. Reason I'm behind the goal of achievement. There is no restraint on. Let me listen to it to confirm whether I'm listening. Professor, so this is my okay. So as of now, to the best of my ability, audio and video is working. And if any of you have any issue, you can actually type in the chats. So concurrent view is a bit low and everything is working. Okay, I'm just gonna assume that everything is working. So yeah, what's the reason for the title? Well, if you know about my situation, that I have total 3 active court cases on me. Now 2 are filed by basically my opponent, 1 is filed by me to get freedom. The one that I filed is basically one money case is over. And again, it was almost basically what you call one way. It's supposed to go that way, so it's not that big of an issue. So that did happen. The case that I filed, finally I won in that. Now that happened on last week's Friday. I did not talk about it simply because the paperwork for it has not arrived yet. Heck, it's still not arrived. Only my lawyer got a attested copy of it, so he sent some photos of it. It's freaking 60-page long, so it's a big ass document. So, and again, I think legally it's supposed to be posted to us. So once we receive it, that's we can actually go through it and figure things out. And there is another aspect of it, that there is 90-day window from the date of deployment of that justice. So let's say that would be, just a moment, basically from 30 August, that's the date of judgment. So from 30 August I get 90 days and my opponent also get 90 days. In this 90 days, either party could decide to go to High Court. I'm not in any mood to go to High Court, but they could be. So it's up to them. The ball is in their court at this point in time. They have to decide what the hell is gonna happen at the current moment. So that's there. Professor, from today I'm going dark mode. Well, good luck, and I hope you all the best in success in what you are trying to achieve. Gyani Prasad Niranjan, but there are many people who are not be able to make any decisions for them. Everything is be it job, it has to be decided by their parents. Well, that would be classified as failure of the parenting, because yes, you're not supposed to protect your children. You're supposed to prepare your children. Let that be very clear. These two are very different things. Protection, you make decision for them. Preparation is like, this is how you figure things out. This is how you have to understand. This is how the world works. These are the pros and cons of the situation. So if you prepare your children, you're good, you're sorted. Life will have ups and downs. And again, there is also a saying where it's like, you have a plan and then life has a plan. There are many people who actually did things and whether they won or not, they go YOLO on it. And again, that's life. You cannot guarantee everything it's gonna work out the way you want it to. So again, if you are well prepared, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but you're gonna ride through it. But if you are protected, you're gonna fall apart. The moment that parental shield is removed, basically the time you become adult, as in 30 to 60 years old, you will find yourself unable to manage anything. Even though you are quote unquote 20 years old, you could not decide what to do, because you will be completely neutered, in a lack of a better word. So that's a very serious problem that one must consider. It's a very real scenario. So again, if something like that happens where people are 20s and 30s and they are still not able to make decision, that's a very bad sign. Chances of winning in a high court is 40%. Let's see. Heck, my court case was so rare that it happened on 13th year. Basically, only after 30th year case like mine has happened. So that's a very rare thing. Again, whatever happens is my job to fight it, and let's see what comes of it. What do you think about the de-dollarization of India and India next superpower? Yeah, that's not happening. De-dollarization requires basically country to have brain. I have not seen any country that has brain, because again, we knew how to do this from 1996. From 1996, humanity knew that we can go to algae seaweed biofuel and solve all our problems. And again, India has a giant sea border, so we are not limited by some countries like so there are some countries in South Africa and other places that do. South Africa does have sea borders, but they are landlocked nation, like let's say Afghanistan, and there are many landlocked nations that cannot do seaweed biofuel. We could do it. We have giant, basically what you call coastline, and because we have to buy it from outside, the cost was also not an issue, but we did not do it. And why does dollar is the king at this point in time? Because of two primary reasons: oil money and crime. If criminals use it, you can be damn sure. How can criminals guarantee that this is used? Because again, criminals use it, they affect the politician, they directly affect the law. So you cannot de-dollarize it. It sounds very good, it sounds a very good masturbation, but it's not real. It's not going to happen anytime soon unless the country actually starts to become independent. Let me be very clear, I have said it time and time again. India is not independent if it does not have energy independence. Like, it's cool, we have food, but here's the deal: how will we have food later if oil is cut? Like right now we have to go to OPEC, right now we have to go to Russia, but again, you may be like, okay, they are our friends or something like that, but here's the deal: that simply means that we are still vulnerable. We have the solution, we know the technology, we have so many biotech institutes in India and so many science and science and institutes and all that. It should be minor inconvenience for us, basically maybe 5 years to start the project to actually getting yield out of it. And again, I do not expect to get all the India's resources, basically capacity fulfilled in 5 years, but it would be a very good start. And you can start with something expensive, let's say jet fuel. It's a very expensive, very high priority. If we can start with that, that will allow us the cash inflow to scale the products up. We are doing good stuff with solar, but again, we are still lacking in wind, and we still are again, I'm happy that the coal power plants have been turned into the probability of turning coal power plants into batteries are being realized in India, especially in Asansol in West Bengal. So that's a very good progress, but we are far from a reality where we could actually be de-dollarized. Very far from it. We have to do multiple decisions correctly and have balls enough to stand on it for years or at least few decades. Then we'll be like, whatever we say goes. Right now we are not there. Heck, go to UN headquarters, right? That big building that you see, UN headquarters. There is no Hindi language there. There is no Indian language. There is Arab. Why? OPEC. There is Russian. Why? Nukes. There is no Indian language. French and English is there, but we do not have Hindi there. So that's the whole point. India is working on seaweed biofuel, but on very small scale. I have not seen any large scale project, and it will only work if it's a large scale. It's one of those things that you cannot do it in small scale. Like for example, I'll give you a very simple example. If you have this stupid design, which again I'm seeing it right now, you have electric poles, right? And they have put small panels there, and then you have a lamp. It sounds very good, but it's useless. You can take the same amount of panel, put it in one physical location where you can align it properly, and then again you can maintain it, clean it, have batteries. It would be cheaper, and it will give you far more power, far more serviceability, far more safety, far more reliability, far more uptime, to rather than having one panel it every every pole. But we are doing it. So there are certain designs that we must oh, there is no power. That's why I'm feeling so hot. It's like AC is not working. Yeah. So it has to be done in large scale. It will not make sense. Again, from scientific point of view, it's like, how can we do it? That's one thing. But we know this. The science is sorted. It's not a new set technology. Maybe you can okay, this is how we're gonna do it and all that. But unless we do it on a large scale, we'll not be able to solve the problem. So it's one of those things. We know the path. Do we have the balls to walk on it or not? And again, it should be super easy for India. Because we are way too dependent on outside world for our fuel. So, and again, we have giant coastal area. We do not even have to touch international water. Just on national water, we are like, bro, we sorted, we good, we chill, we done. But that's the whole point. That's why I'm laughing, de-dollarization. Yeah, that's not happening. It's like, it's a good thing to masturbate to, but it's not happening. People say India is future superpower. America will fall. What do you think? See, America will fall. Everybody wants that to happen, and because everybody wants that to happen, that's not going to happen. Everybody, you have to understand. USA is old, 275 years old. They got this. They got this. They have at least few people still remaining that are trying their best to run the country properly. So as long as those people are still in power, even a few percentage of them, they can keep the country running, and they have the biggest advantage on the whole planet. The best and the brightest of every country goes there. Like, what is the outcome of India's best institute? Let's say IIT, Indian Institute of Technology. What is the outcome? You go to America. You see? What is the best outcome of Nepalis? You go to America. What's the best outcome of Mexico? You go to America. You see the paradox? Best of the best of everywhere goes to America. That gives them the brain power that nobody else has. They are basically draining the one thing that money cannot buy, and they are sorted on that. So they have money, they are getting things that money cannot buy. What else is there? And be mindful, because of the luxury they have in geography, they have no enemies to worry about. They have Canada on one end, which is minor inconvenience, and Mexico on bottom, again minor inconvenience. Compare that to other nations, like let's say India. We have Pakistan on one end and China on another end. That's a major inconvenience. So you see, they have, like, you know, lucked out. They have lucked out a lot, and because they have made a nation that other people wants to go into, they're sorted. As long as they have the brain drain, they're sorted. They're good. They got this. How's your channel growth? My main Hindi channel has seen some explosive growth after a very long time. I'm happy, and it's almost touching. I can almost, knock on wood, see 300K happening very soon. And even this English channel is finally, I'm seeing some motion, some things moving, and it could also reach 10,000 subscribers quite soon. So that's there. I think India and work should take heat too much seriously. Take heat too much seriously? I do not know what you're trying to India, which and all that. How's trying to go? Solar plus wind plus biomass plus pumped hydro, then we will not need a storage system. Pumped hydro is a storage system. And I have clarified time and time again, pumped hydro is one of the best technology for energy storage, but it's too much steeped into bureaucracy and red tape. It's never gonna happen because of bureaucracy. Science is sorted. We knew this from 1977. So it's a tested technology. It's just that so much bureaucracy, whenever you touch water bodies, it's like, yeah, it's not even worth trying, because again, it's gonna take like 17 years just to get the paperwork done. So that's why you do need storage system. Ron, yeah, that's a factual point. Like, there is no point in trying. I think India did a huge mistake of choosing Pakistan as our opponent rather than choosing USA as our opponent. At least we try to, instead of Megaribu. Yeah, that's I'll give you 100 out of 100. That is a very true point. We basically use poverty as a justification. It's like, that's not how things work. You cannot justify it. Like, this is one thing that I say China has done very well, is that even though they were impoverished at the time of their independence, they were worst off compared to us. They did work their ass off to make sure that electricity theft is minimized to almost eliminated. We are like, we are Garib, so we can steal as much as we want. Like, that's not how it works. You are basically creating a debt trap that a country cannot escape. And again, you want a expedited version of that, go to South Africa. South Africa was like going like this, and then phew. How the heck that happened? Electricity. And you know the tragic part of it? There were people who wrote basically what you call memorandum, I would say, or like, you know, report. Yeah, let's just say a report that by 2020 you will run out of surplus power. They wrote it before it happened, published it before it happened, and then it did happen. Like, you got a manual how to fix your country. They did not deploy it. And then it's like, oh, why our country is going down there? It's like, yeah. Do you want to go to USA? As of now, I have never been given that opportunity. Of course, I would like to travel, but to stay there and all that, I do not know. Like, of course, I would love to travel and see things, but not as a, like, again, I do not have that option. So anything I say would be a mute, because again, I do not have that option. If I had that option, then it would make sense. S2T English, how much percentage of foreign views? A lot. Majority is foreign views. Okay. Compared to India, Israel is much geographically distant but still have balls. Yeah. And again, in their scenario, they have to have balls. If they do not have balls, they will die. Like, they have to. Like, it's because, again, they have conflict from all sides. Active conflict, not like ours, like, you know, China is doing, and then Pakistan is doing, no, like, they have actual conflict, and because everybody abandoned them, they had to develop it. So in that scenario, they kind of lucked out. They had to have balls, otherwise they will not survive. So that part. And again, they are also doing closed loop pumped hydro. Everybody's like, pumped hydro is awesome, and like, you know, blah 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 blah. What if this technology? What if everybody's like, pumped hydro is there? It's like, but it affects rivers. Okay, do closed loop pumped hydro. Israel is like, I got you, fam. I got you. I'm building it. Done. Go home, sweet dreams. That's magnificent. It's like, you have a problem, you solve it. Done. Go home. So that's there. Pumped hydro is not being promoted by government because it's boring project. Government want dopamine, not government, public do want it. Like I totally give it that to you. Whereas like if government comes and like this is a thing that works and all that, it would be very boring. It's like, but what if we hyperloop brain damage? What if we have solar array brain damage? So there is a fact to that. That's absolutely mathematically true. Where it's like, if it's like orgasmic, like people are like orgasm, burn. It's one of those things are there. That's absolutely true. I'll give you that. I will give you that. I thought Switzerland has a retired genius all over the world. Let's see. Context is increasing temperature is bad for outer body. Research says like it's really bad. Yeah, if our just one moment. My apologies, power cut has happened, so I'm turning off monitors to make sure that if my inverter fails, the backup battery could run for a few minutes. So do apologies. Where was I? Okay, hold on. Yeah, temperature, body temperature. Yes, if we reach a point where air temperature is very high, our body will not be able to dump heat even if we are sweating. And if we try to sweat too much, there is an upper limit how much water our skin can reject. And not to mention, the more water you reject through basically your sweat, salt gets concentrated. So you have to drink exponentially more. So there is an upper limit how much temperature we can withstand. So if India keeps getting cooked, yeah, there will be a point where we'll have final, like actual heat wave that will turn into poof wave. Like the heat wave happened and then people poofed. So that will happen. Any updates on James Webb Telescope? It's working as it's supposed to. It's doing what it's supposed to. All geniuses from the world go to Switzerland for retirement. I thought, oh, okay, maybe. Any update of James Webb Space Telescope? Okay, Pakistan एक बीर में अपने मतलब लूट के लिए like apocalypse. I do not know what like. I'm having a hard time reading your line, like understanding the context of it. Now foreign investors not want to invest in Pakistan. They are crying. Yeah, that's absolutely true. See, in heck, let me give you an ironic part of it. China was the biggest investor in Russia. So China has a Belt and Road Initiative, right? So everybody knows about this. So they are basically recreating Silk Road. So they have poured billions, not a little bit, billions into Russia. And you were like, isn't Belt and Road Initiative for a third world country? Russia is actually a third world country. Like it is basically coasting on the legacy of Soviet Union and world's hunger on hydrocarbon. They do not actually have like technology, growth and all that. Like think about it, it's like how, like other than weapons, there was nothing new coming out of it. So fundamentally, China poured a lot of money into their oil and gas environment to get cheap oil and gas. And because when sanction happened, Western sanction happened, Russia directly was like, okay, I'm going to take all the Western asset. Again, same thing was done by Venezuela before they went bankrupt. So when they did that, that removed investor confidence. Now no Chinese investor is like, yeah, I'm going to trust Russia. Because again, once you show that government can make a decision, it's like, I'm going to take this. That removes all the faith in the system, and at the end of the day, most expensive asset is trust. Once you break that trust, it cannot be built. So even China is pulled out of Belt and Road Initiative, and you can see that like China publishes a result like how much money they are spending on each country each year, and it's like before war a lot of money is going into Russia. Now it's like gone, done. So it's one of those things. If you piss off your basically rich people, there is a penalty for it, and it's a long-term penalty. Do you think Russia will use nuclear weapon as a last attempt? Maybe, but if I were a betting man, I would bet on not. Simply because you can use nuke, cool, awesome. What after that? Like there is no after that. Like you have pissed off the whole planet. Like you barely have two friends, barely, China and India. Both of them are telling you do not use nukes. And if you use nukes, you literally tell to the world that you have nothing, no army. You have no army. Only reason you are alive is because you have nukes. If you did not have nukes, Ukraine will literally go inside Moscow and just anal put them directly. So likelihood of that being done is very low. China looks good from front, but from back it's lol. Yeah, in terms of their future, yes, because again, the one-child policy was a mathematical poofing yourself, because again, you need a 2.1 per woman, not 1, and they forced 1, and now they're like, what is happening? It's like, yeah, yeah, their future is poofed. Because again, mathematics, it's not a, oh, if this or that or propaganda. No, it's simple mathematics. Any living species, like a human, like a mammal, must maintain 2.1. But if you force it to go to 1, yeah, you did. So that's like mathematics. It's not a else if or something like that. Uh, Recently, Donald Trump said he will make government efficiency commission as a suggestion. Elon Musk and Elon himself have led the commission. What do you think of Elon Musk getting into politics? Time will tell. What do you think about Modi? Average politician. A new startup is claiming that they can make dissolved CO2 into coke, COCA, no, CaCO3, and how it affects the marine ecosystem. I am not that deep into chemistry, so it's a bit difficult for me to understand. I'll try to look into it, but as of now, I do not have any information on that. Knock knock, late. You are not that late. I think it's only what 20 minutes late. Indian Russia को India का दोस्त बोलते हैं. Yes, it is true. It is true that during the Soviet Union era, basically Soviet Union did help India, but I think that was a very bad friendship, because again it gave India a delusion that communism works. And if you ever wondered why basically Bengal did not grew, it's communism. Why Calcutta is not beloved like freaking Bangalore, for crying out loud. That's the reason. So I think in long term that friendship was not very desirable. So, isn't a victory for Bharat as a prominent world leader as US or okay? Isn't a victory for Bharat as a prominent? I do not get it. Victory for what? Like, we are not in war at this point in time. What do you think our government can do for temperature for? I have already made a detailed video on that. I think Elon Musk will die before seeing his rocket landing on Mars. No, he can land, assuming like something bad does not happen, he can easily land on Mars. That's not the hard part. That landing, going to Mars and landing there, that's not the hard part. Having an infrastructure to support a colony there, that's the hard part. We do not want to do what we did in Apollo era, where it's just like go and come back. We can do that right now. Go and come back. We want to go and stay. To do that, to go and stay, we need a lunar colony first. So lunar colony will start to happen, let's say by 2035, let's say. Again, I do expect a lunar landing to happen before that, but a colony, self-sustaining, not fully self-sustaining, I do not think anybody would even try to do that. But once you have 24/7 human occupation on moon, then we'll have exponential technological growth. Assuming the world does not fall apart, that's the timeline. Which Indian politicians you consider extraordinary? I am not into politics, so I cannot help you with that. Yeah, I know Elon Musk is powerful man, but getting into politics will give him actual power. Yeah, that's a valid point. That's a valid point. That's a very valid point. Moreover, what 90 to 100% lifespan, we have that kind of like heck, many elderlies in my society are at that what you call that age group, 90 plus. So 90 to 100 is normal nowadays. The reason why our mathematics says is simply because of people poofing themselves. Like last year, 100,000 men poofed themselves. So of course that reduces the average, so to say. So even though technically, if you do not poof yourself and nothing bad happens to you, you can live a very long life. Our Indian metric does not show that, simply because you have so many things happening, like a lot of kids poof themselves during exam, a lot of men poof themselves after getting married. So all those things reduces the number a lot. So that's why technically we think, oh, it's only 75, 70. No, we can easily live. Unless something bad happens to you, the likelihood of you crossing 90 years is easy. Now, quality 90 years, I do not know, but 90, easy. When do you do a meetup? I have not done that. Maybe I'll do that in Calcutta, because it's near enough to me, but I don't think anybody will show up. And again, at least 5 to 10 people has to show up to be worth it. Although to be fair, when I was in Mumbai, one of my channel viewer did actually came and he did actually give me a tour of Mumbai beach. That's the first time I ever in my life I saw a beach. So I'm eternally grateful to him, but at least 5 to 10 people has to show up. And again, I do not know whether I have 5 to 10 people willing to see me in person in Calcutta. But again, as of now, I have court issues. So again, the penalty fine, again, I'm happy. It's like, that's the best I could, because again, this is a very rare judgment. Once in a 13-year kind of rare judgment. So I'm happy, like, all things considered, I'm kind of happy. But I have a countdown clock, so to say. That countdown will be over in December, first week of December. So that point I will know for a fact that, again, it could happen before that, but if nothing happens till that point, there won't be any window afterwards. So we'll know for a fact that 2 of the cases is over, only 1 would remain. So that's there. India's replacement rate is 2.3, thanks to 2.9, at least 1. Otherwise it would have been, yeah, only 3 states are keeping it high. And be mindful, the India's average, like if you take all the states, it's 2. It's not 2.1, it's 2, meaning we are already in decline. And because India has 2 cultures inside it, so one culture is going poof, another is growing. So on paper we'll look okay, but Hindus will be poofed. Delhi pollution reduces lifespan by 12 years, but you also have access to better medical care. It's not desirable, but you have access to it. Mr. Anupam, can you please make a video on transparent solar panels update, because I got interested after watching your video on that topic years ago. Yeah, it's not that useful. It's one of those things that always sounds easy. Again, you also have to understand, few years ago, I was also few years ago, so I did not had enough data set that I do right now. So many things I've started to realize that, you know, it does not work. Like, sounds good, does not work, is one of those things. Patna, yeah, Patna, no. Patna, I have no, what you call, line, no travel point. Heck, Ranchi I could do, because again, may have to go to that high court, but Patna is not in the lineage, so to say. Bro, I am a government teacher. I got more salary than ISRO scientists. I feel bad for them. That should not be true. That should not be true. But I think you may be a professor, then it could be true. But what do you think about Brian Johnson will be able to live long? I do not know who you are talking about. I do apologize. I do not know. Why scams are increasing? Any special reason? No, it's basically you have better technology and better. How your solar working? Is there any problem you are facing? Yes, my primary problem with solar is that my battery is too small. Again, right now I'm stressed whether my inverter is gonna last or not, simply because the main power is very bad. And solar is moody, right? It's not going to happen on night. It's very moody. So to compensate for that, you're supposed to either have a lot of solar panel or a lot of battery. I do not have a lot of battery. The panel is 2 kW rated. I'm barely getting 1 kilowatt, because most of the time the batteries are charging based on what you call electricity, main grid electricity, rather than solar. And because of the capacity is so small, it's like, it's not balanced. Let's just put it that way. It's not properly balanced. So, but I kind of knew about it, because here's the deal. This is the whole point of doing this system, this current solar system. That's the reason why I did it, because that's the only way I could learn what works, what does not work. So right now my understanding is the panel is not the weak link. The weak link is basically battery. I need boatload of batteries. Oh, somebody did a donation. Okay, let me look into it. Praveen Jaswal, you have donated 100 rupees. Thank you so much, sir. And if fed your tacos, Kalin. Thank you so much for tacos. I'll see whether I can eat tacos tonight or not. Okay. What is solar? Okay. I want to make an app that rivals X. What should it be your suggestion? Well, is the infrastructure and support. Coming to Bangalore right now, no planning. I am PGT teacher, 11-12. So teacher for 11-12, standard 11-12. Okay, that seems interesting. Yes, I can run my water jet pump, but again, I have to disconnect everything. So I have a switch mechanism where I disconnect house load, then disconnect the mains from the motor, then turn on the pump, and it will run on the basically inverter. Now, if the solar is out, basically sun is out, let's say afternoon, I can run basically starting torque, basically starting inrush current does stress the inverter. Inverter does go bang, but it can like push through it. And if solar is there, it can easily push through. So if it's only doing it on battery, then it's like, but if it's like, you know, solar is there, battery is there, then it's like, I got this. But again, I do have to disable everything else. So it's there. What's your biggest donation till date? Like, most common recurring donation that I have gotten is around 10,000 rupees. Another second biggest is 2,100 rupees. So open schooling is good, low fees, stress on your own, no waste time. Open schooling is, I do not know what you're talking about. And please do not give me suggestions about like what to do with my life. I inherently do not like that. Muslim people around me is not having less than 3 future is in front of us. Yeah, that's mathematically true. And again, Indian, basically what you call judiciary body in 1984 decided 1984. Yeah, and 1984 decided to poof India. Again, we can't do anything about it because it's too far gone at this point in time. So it is what it is. Okay, next, the knowledge you provide in video is tremendous. As a web developer, I think it's worth making a vlog where we use video subtitles only, so no extra work we have to do. Sounds interesting. Here's the deal. I want to do many things, but here's the deal. I get tired very easily, mentally also. Like physically, again, my body also has a limit, but my mind actually gets tired very easily and I get distracted very easily. So, like, I try to do Reddit, I try to do Discord, I try to do Telegram, try to do Instagram. I'm not doing anything on Instagram. Telegram is the only thing that I'm alive. I should spread my content on Instagram. That would help a lot, but I'm not doing. Basically, I get tired way too easily. That's my weak link. I get tired very easily psychologically. If any of you know how I can schedule my content upload in Instagram, that would be helpful, because again, I do want to upload my shorts in Instagram, not the video but shorts. If I can do that, that would be a great help. Like if I get enough exposure on Instagram, more people will try to contact me for tools and all that stuff. So that's the desirable aspect, but I do not know how to do it. That's the issue. I do not know how to do it. Will help you in monitor. Yeah, that does not work that way. Everybody's like, oh, do this, it will help, or do this, that. It does not work that way. I can try that, but again, it will not. Which battle you're talking about? Again, I did say about my court case. Basically, I had 3 court cases. One I already lost, supposed to lose that. Like again, that's the basically how much loss. That's the only variable that was controllable. But again, that happened. Basically 2 cases was filed from my opponent. One is over, one is still going on. I filed a case for my freedom. I got that freedom. Again, it did cost a lot of financial burden, but it is what it is. But I'm happy, and it's a very rare judgment, because again, that happened first time in 13 years. So it's a very rare thing. Why you hate me? I do not hate anybody. I do not hate. The only people I hate is judiciary in 1984. That's the only thing. I do not give a damn about anybody else. I give a damn if somebody, what I call my own, if they contaminate it, if poison what I call my own, of course I'll hate that. That I hate. Let that be very clear. I hate the people who were in charge in 1984. That's the whole thing. How much you spent on a solar plant? When will you get the ROI? There is no ROI. We did it. There is no ROI. Why? Again, I told you the battery is not big enough. Again, right now our electric bill is exactly the same. The only difference is now our refrigerator can actually work 24/7. So, and again, basically quality, it was a quality of life improvement, not a like, oh, it's a business plan, we are doing this, and ROI, there is no such thing like that. It's like, okay, do you go for running or jogging in the evening? Yes, I do. That's the one thing, habit I think I have. I used to do that. Like there is a flyover, so I used to do 2 rounds. Then my leg is like, bro, you're not that guy. So I like, now I do 1 loop, but I make sure that I do 1 loop regularly. Yeah, I cannot tell you the exact court case, exact details of it. I do not want to be, there could be legal repercussions of that. So that's why. Is that because I thought it was about Russia and Ukraine? Yeah, Russia and Ukraine. There is one alarming fact that I came to know. Just a moment. Yeah, Russia and Ukraine is that Russia is running out of manpower. Basically. Free manpower. So Russia was actually utilizing on spoofing a lot of people, and basically they were actually expecting to win, but they did not compensate for what if actually somebody fights. So it was like, oh, I have nukes, I'm gonna boom you, and they're like, no, we'll fight, we'll still fight. But we have nukes, no, we'll still fight. So this actually, like, calling the bluff. So the bluff is called. Now they have nothing to do. Now first they had no issue simply because they will poof a lot of poor people. Okay, but here's the deal. There is upper limit to that. At this point in time, the casualty count is at 600,000. Now casualty is a very vague term. Casualty simply means you got injured. Like how badly? Are you poofed? Did you lose a limb? Did you got, like, you know, your ear plugged? Like again, it ranges from minor inconvenience to, yeah, you're half crippled to you're dead. So that we know, like that much happened. But what about the death count? That's the hard thing to find. Best guess is still a guess. That's the problem. So we do not know what's the actual death count. But there is a good chance that it has crossed 100,000. Yes, 100,000. You cannot poof that many people without penalty. Like not even a dictator can do that. Again, you have to give a reason, but in modern time, if you poof that many people, why do you think in the Kursk region when Ukraine went, nobody was fighting? That's the point. It's like it's meaningless. And again, Russia apparently has this cursed history where every time their dictator does this. Back in the day, it was Tsar during World War One. Again, World War Two, you can justify it, but after the World War Two, Stalin again, he was like, "What if I poof everybody?" Yeah. So they never learn, and then they're like, "What if we poof Afghanistan? Oh, we starting to lose people for no reason." So there was a very harsh, what you call, reality to Russia, where it's like people just get poofed either by Stalin, either by Afghanistan, or either by Chechnya. For 8 years they were getting poofed, or by Ukraine. And right now they are the first time where enough of them being poofed is like Russia is running out of manpower. So they are recruiting people from abroad, because again, they cannot recruit from the rich people, because again, if the rich people do, either rich people will run away, that will collapse your country, or they will create a coup. Both scenarios are lose-lose scenario. So they have to make sure they cannot do another large-scale mobilization. Basically, they cannot touch capable people. They must touch poor people, but they have drained that. So they are going to Africa and India and Nepal. That's the part that scared me. They are going to Nepal and India for recruitment, and many Indians are dying in Ukraine, fighting from Russia side. They're saying, oh, you are getting a military training and all that, and then they do false charging. Like basically smuggling is happening. And yes, Indian what you call it, embassy has called it out. It's like, this is bad. This is really bad. Now I do respect Nepal in this regard, because the moment Nepal figured it out, this is what's happening, they flat out blockade passport. Like you cannot go to Russia, you cannot go to Ukraine. The end. Like they will not allow that. Like no. No, I really hope that India does that something same, because again, Putin has to make sure that his power base is stable. His power base can only be stable if their children are safe. If the children are poofed, they are no longer safe. So it's like, okay, let's slaughter poor Indian people. So that did, scare me. That was one of those things I was like, really? Like I blame India for that. It's like, we really need to, there's a freaking mosquito here. We really need to apply brakes on that. I'm genuinely shocked how quickly Nepal figured it out and applied brakes on it. It's like, no. So that, okay. Yeah. Russia is most peaceful country. Russian is the most peaceful country. Table tennis is very good for brain. Researcher says increases your sense of capability, like eyes, and yeah, dude, don't waste time on that. Do whatever you like. It's like, I can find your research on everything. Oh, swimming makes you genius. Oh, drinking coffee makes you genius. Oh, doing this makes you this. Doing this. Do not waste time on that. Life is not that easy that you can do this and improve. Okay, life is not. Do not insult a life like that. Where it's like, oh, what if I have bad handwriting means I am genius? No, you just have bad handwriting. So Russia is like, a line must go down. Yeah, it's like, it's tragic at this point in time. It's like they have not learned. Like Stalin could not teach them after slaughtering that many. Putin could not teach them after slaughtering so many in Afghanistan, so many in Chechnya, and they're still doing it. It's like, at some point, Russian people may be responsible for their own doom. It's like, because at some point you are responsible, right? India was enslaved by East India Company for 200 years. We did woke up eventually. It's like, yeah, bro, this is not gonna fly. We did fought, we did got our independence and properly maintained a democracy. Like, and again, you may be like, this is not perfect democracy. Compared to everybody else, we great. The only places that can even come close to it in terms of democracy is America and Europe. Both of them had it before us. Look at every country that got democracy after us. Bangladesh, what's their current situation? Sri Lanka, what's the current situation? Pakistan, what's the current situation? Literally, China became a freaking dictatorship. Look into Africa. Almost all Africa got independence almost same time as we did, and they're falling apart. So we did really good. So At some point in time, the Russians may be responsible for what's happening to their countries, like, you know, at some point. But to be honest, a war wasn't bilateral, Russian on one side, whole West. No, no. It's little bit of effort from Western side. If West actually wanted to poof Russia, they would have poofed it. Let that be very clear. They would not be given, okay, here's F-16. It's going to come in 2.5 years. That wouldn't be the case. Like, here's F-16, go. And they won't give 8 or 9 F-16s. They will like full. Only, let's say, 100 F-16s would be like, bro, I got this. 1,000, again, everything they have given, why they are giving slow trickle? Because nobody, let that be very clear, for some reason people think they're actually West is giving them. No. What America is doing is like giving them the old stuff so they can replace with the new one. They're not giving anything. It's not Land Lease Act. They're just giving the, oh, we have ancient javelins, which again, be mindful, all the rocket systems, missile systems, they do expire and you have to blow them up anyway. So all the stockpiles they have, because America keeps always stockpile enough to fight 3 parallel wars, they have more than enough stockpile. That's what's going, the stockpiles. No, do you really think, like really think it through? If they actually wanted to, again, remove nukes, there is a 2 vector to it. If basically, if you remove nukes from Russia, West would have actually helped and Russia would be dead. Poofed, done. Done. Because the moment Ukraine showed that a god king could bleed, the end. It was the end of Putin. That happened. That's past now. That's 2.5 years. And right now, literally Ukraine went inside. And the why Ukraine is not winning if they are that strong? Because their hand is tied. They're like this. They cannot go inside Russia and attack their airfields because again, West has stopping them. Like, we can give you long range missile, but you cannot use it in Russia. So all that, that's the reason. If West actually wanted to, heck, Poland would be like, bruh, I got this. Russia would be like, I can fight you. Poland would be like, I have waited 2 world wars. Now it's our time to shine. So that would be very clear. It's not that. If you really think that's, whole West is, that's power. It's like, bro, you have no idea how much money America alone can put and how much oomph, Greenland can do, Iceland can do, and Poland can do. All these countries, yeah, they will like destroy Russia. Let that be very clear. Destroy. Oh, and there is another very important Russian country that is 60 kilometers from other NATO-powered country. So, yeah. Where you want to travel in India? Right now, first I need to load up my pocket. One of my bucket list is Goa. I do need to complete my bucket list. That's there. Do you think Putin will end up like Indira Gandhi? Maybe. I do not want to trust any government apps. I do understand your sentiment. I guess some diplomat went there for same. They agreed to stop recruiting from India in Russian army. Yeah, that's not acceptable. I do not give a damn about Ukraine. I do not give a damn about Russia. I do not want any Indian to die there. It's like, we have enough problems. Okay, I do not want that. That's like, let's be honest, war isn't bilateral. Like, it's like, Russia has allowed all the Indian to get back to India. I really hope so, but again, I will not. That's not an acceptable thing. What if you lose your case and you get stuck from this in very long time? It is life. See, I do what I can do. Other than that, there is nothing more to do. It's like, I do what I want to do. I do what I can do. The end. There is nothing after that. It's like one of the most important saying of Bhagavad Gita is like, Karam kiye ja phal ki chinta mat kar. That's what it is. I do the best I can do. And if it works, it works. If it does not work, does not work. Other than that, like, I've been fighting for 6 years. No, 3.5 years. So, is English channel chat is very good compared to your main channel? No, again, main channel got really fed up. Like, I got fed up because everybody was repeating. So that's the reason why I made it members only. Nuclear hulu. Yeah, that's the whole point. What do you think about India Vishwaguru? Yeah, that's a very far out idea. Is Greenland rich? No, they are strong. Again, basically think of it this way. Some of the European nations, they actually were oppressed by Russia, like actually during Soviet Union. So they have trained their ass off. They have trained their ass off to actually fight, and it's not corrupt political fight where, like, and why the heck Russia army was so corrupted? Simply because nobody thought anybody would ever call out their nuclear bluff. Everybody was counting on Russia has nukes, so nobody will stop us. And that did work out during basically, what was that small part name? Heck, what is the small section that they took away? Heck, I cannot recall the name. Damn. Let me try to find it in the map. Romania, Greece, Turkey, Ukraine. Sevastopol. It's not giving the name, man. Where is that Sevastopol? That small area that they took? Chechnya? No. That small section that they cut away. Damn. I'm not getting the name, man. I'm not getting the name. Georgia? No. Georgia, Crimea. Yeah, Crimea. That's the point. Crimea. So they did that in Crimea, but after Crimea was their worst mistake, because Crimea actually woke Ukraine up. Ukraine was also corrupt, but Crimea was such a big bitch slap to Ukrainian people, because be mindful, Ukrainian people had suffered what we suffered during East India Company, what we call Bengal famine. They had that during Soviet Union. So they actually lived through the hell, because here's the deal. What happened in Soviet Union was that everybody was starving, but Muscovites, basically the people who were in the Moscow region, they were like, money, Soviet Union, greatness. No, they were leeching everybody else's blood. Whose blood was being leached? Ukrainians. So Ukrainian people are actually fighting, and they never got their true freedom. Even though they became free from Soviet Union, they were always getting controlled by it. So this war, basically, that Chechnya was Chechnya? No. Crimea, yeah, sorry. Crimea was such a big bitch slap to them. It's like, no, we gotta fix ourselves. That's why they improved so much that they can A, stopped Russia, B, pushed them back, C, went inside Russia. And the only reason Russia is standing is simply because they, Ukraine's hand is tied. It's like they cannot go inside Russia and use Western weapon, because again, they do not have enough long range weapon. If they did, and West allowed it from day one, they were like, oh, your airport, poof, gone. Your airport is gone. Oh, your plant where you're building ammunition, poof, gone. So that's why HIMARS and all that is not doing that much, because again, it's limited. That border, that shield is helping them. For 10% dumb people with a steering wheel, 90% people suffering sad reality. Well, that's life. That is life. What about your reading habit? Is it going to which book you are going to read? I have completed 4 books, which again is shocking to me, because again, few years ago, if you have told me that I'm gonna read books and actually enjoy it, I would have laughed out of you. But again, and my 5th book is on parcel. But mostly I'm right now reading self-help books, and trying to figure this puppy out. Let's see how it works. Your views on food blog? I don't have a view. People enjoy it. Good luck. If you enjoy it, awesome. I enjoy cooking shows, so it is what it is. USA giving incentive to good content creators, as I know you can apply. Huh. But again, the problem is I do not have enough money. Do not have enough moolah. A man needs moolah. A lot of moolah. Again, the likelihood of me leaving this country, something extreme has to happen. Basically, extreme as in like positive way, extreme as in like exponentially. Now my channel is 10 times larger. I'm making boatload of money, and those sort of scenario. Again, I hope that it does happen, but let's see. Bro, I'm watching this stream again in English. Yeah. Okay, cool. Should India be dual citizenship? I do not understand what specifically you're trying to say. Monitoring means we plug Google ads in your blog and rank it. So see, those things do not give that much money as you think. I am literally running YouTube. I have literally actual data from 3 channels. I have 3 freaking channels. This is English channel. I have Camera Tuesday as another channel, and Science Technology Hindi channel. I have enough data about this search engine optimization and this vlog and all that. It barely makes any money, unless I had a forum where a lot of people, like that's how EVV blog did that. But again, those used to work back in the days. Now everybody expects a Discord. Discord does not allow you to run ads that effectively. So it will not be as I invest this much time, this much effort into it, and I get money out of it. So right now, the only thing I'm trying is Amazon affiliate program, which again, they have kicked me out, once. So I'm a bit scared to it, but it is what it is. All the money you have put in your case, yeah, that's life. That's life. See, I committed a mistake and I'm suffering for it. There is nothing more than that. I committed a sin and I'm paying for it. Nothing more than that. Does divorce law work differently for Muslims? Absolutely. And again, there is also a societal aspect of it. Societally, they have not been corrupted compared to Hindus. They are very good in that regard. It's like, no, no. They're like, no. Oh, you want to destroy this? No. They're just like, no it. And again, the birth rate claims it. So it's one thing to say, another thing to, oh, you have evidence. So yeah. Congratulations, first case win. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. Try to get onto the famous courtroom major. You can get some reach and go viral. See, whenever you are saying something like that, it fundamentally shows that you do not understand how things work. It's like, do you really think I do not want to go to there? Nobody is gonna call me up if I have like less than million subscribers. I need at least 1 million to at least get them to an email. Let that sink in. Just to get them on an email, I need 1 million. I'm barely at 300k. Are you only on YouTube? Yes, as of now, I'm only on YouTube. Should India dual citizenship? I do not know what you mean by dual citizenship. I do not know what you're trying to imply. I have no context for it. So, not sure about that. The power cut has been going on for freaking 1 hour, man. Damn. Now I'm worried. I don't know. Do you get camera brand endorsement? No. No. Again, you need a very large channel for it. Like, again, after a very, very, very long time, finally my Hindi channel has gotten some subscribers, some view count, some, views, watch time and subscriber. I finally gotten it after a very long time, simply because my shorts has started to actually blow up. And again, old shorts that I have uploaded 700 days ago, some have uploaded 900 days. So if I watch a view over a lifetime, it's like flatline, nobody's watching, and 900 days, everybody started to watch. So it has happened to few of the shorts, and again a few of the recent shorts have become also reasonably successful, because shorts were barely getting like 5,000 to 10,000 views. Now I have recent shorts that are like 100,000 to 900,000. Yeah, so like hold on, let me try to calculate all that. Why don't you try? There is no other platform that gives you money that easily compared to other things. Again, there is. See, it's one of those things that if you become a content provider, you will figure it out in 5 minutes. Hold on, let me try to arrange by views. Okay, yeah, loss of permanent loss of fresh water in Hindi. That it's a very recent thing. I uploaded in 16 June. That has crossed 900,000. Limax is 30 July 2023. That's 1 year ago. That has crossed a lot. 21 April 2024. Railway electrification. So a lot of shots have actually done well. So it's one of those things. Your channel. To get residency, show them that you are useful to the country. You also not just 3 million, not 3 million subscribers. I'm the only one got to know through a shot. Hold on, let me. Now I'm in the popular section. Now, if I go to my channel, one of my biggest successful shot is Ahmedabad Metro runs on DC. That's 1.1 million view. And again, that made me lose hope about Indians, because even though in class 12 you're supposed to study that DC travels further than AC, and we use high voltage DC for long range transmission, so many people were fighting on that. It was like sad. And then second one is permanent loss of fresh water. That's good. Another is like, it's a very old thing. India is killing 2 pin plugs. That is like randomly, I think 900 days later it randomly started to work. Why buildings and data centers need cooling water, yeah, that's also doing good. So quite a lot of them, and I think the quickest rise happened to long-term data archiving, that is 5D data storage. So yeah, that puppy has worked. So yeah, some of them are working. Do you think you did right by separating the camera channel? Yes, I am happy with that decision. As of now, I am happy with that decision. It does make my job a bit messy, but I'm okay with that. And I'm seeing, there is a very good chance if I had 10 channels, I have the content for it, but if I had 10 independent channels, basically Hindi, English of each topic, basically Rocket Monday, Hindi, English, through channels, 10 channels, if I had, that may have worked much better compared to what I have right now. But again, I would not have been able to manage it. So even managing 3 channels is difficult. But in Camera Tuesday, everybody was complaining in Hindi channels. Like they did not like I was not getting interaction there. I'm just getting complaint there. So I decided to change it, and again it did work. I now getting comments and interaction that I want. Like, it's about camera, it's about discussing and all that. So it does. Mohammed says like, yeah, it's my full-time job. Okay, that's the only thing I'm going to tell you. It's like it's my full-time job. But another professional convert audience on YouTube where many people apply this strategy. See, Mohammed, it's like, if you know how to run a YouTube channel, do so. I'm doing what I can do, what I understand. Should do survey in school. You will be surprised. Most important topics are cut off from the syllabus. Yeesh. That again, I'm talking about NCRT. I'm talking about NCRT. NCRT in class 12 has, especially in physics department, they have that DC part. Again, if people are not studying, that's sad. That's not a good thing. That's a sad thing. Last talk on I think we could collapse. I think we should collab and give a shot on the project if you work with it. It's like, channel activity. Ujjwal Anand, I think you are talking about. Okay, talking about topic. Did you repeat it? Comment if you repeat it. You do not have any subscriber, you do not have anything. What exactly you are talking about? I do not know. Muslim did right in terms of marriage. What is my family? What makes their family unit? It's AC only. That's sad. That's there. I know for a fact that it's in the chapter. Again, if the books are basically, I don't think they ask exam questions on that. So I think nobody is actually studying it. So they had completed last year. Damn, that's sad. That is truly sad. If that actually happens, that is sad. Because again, okay, tell me, do you study about capacitance? Like AC line has capacitance. Has that been taught in class 12 physics? Yes or no? Capacitance. At least that much. Why some kings have great titles like Great Ashoka, Great Akbar, committed statistics? Welcome to life, man. See, don't ask like why world is the world. World is world. You are living into it. It's as simple as that. Like, world is mad. You have to make do with what you have. How you learn English? By studying it. I studied and watched a lot of TV show. A lot. Like bonkersly large amount of it. You light you are saying yep, so I do assume that they have taught line impedance and induction. Capacitive loss, they must have talked about capacitive loss. Is like you cannot transmit AC for very long distance because again capacitive loss will consume all the power. So just a moment. Damn, it's getting hot. Capacitance, majority in capacitor chapter. So line capacitance, I don't think. Line capacitance and skin effect. Yeah, another thing. Skin effect. Are these two things taught on all or not? Last Indian movie you watched, I don't even remember. Stree maybe. No, nope. Damn. That's dangerous. That is dangerous. Heck, irony is that India is a world leader in high voltage DC. We have the world's first multi-point high voltage DC. The irony and tragedy. Like, imagine it this way, like Indian engineers working their ass off making 800 kV DC link and connecting 3 parts of India, and then everybody's like, AC travels further, DC does not go further. This guy has got education from WhatsApp University. I'm like, the comment in my basically what you call Ahmedabad metro shot is like, that's just. For YouTube, I'm doing this trick. This makes a long video cut into 8 short form, but this long video is vlog. I'm also having channel last my named. Again, share your channel link. I would like to see. No mention of skin effect. That's odd. Skin effect should have been there. Skin effect and capacitance loss. That's the two primary reasons why DC travels further. And again, there is also a power factor and all that, but that's far more complicated. I think you have to go into main engineering with power transmission to understand that. So yeah, that's there. स्किन इफेक्ट तो है एसी वाले में, मुझे पता नहीं. ओके, so why some people in India hate PM Modi? Again, people are people and you want that. You never want a country where everybody agrees to one thing. You never want that. Even the teacher didn't know about DC transmission. Eesh. That's just bad. Much love to you, and the way you share knowledge in this channel. Started from your Hindi channel and now following you here too. Thank you so much. Oh, and skin effect is there, capacitance backlog tha. Damn, this is dangerous, this is dangerous. Like, this is dangerous. Channel link. Okay, now let me copy the channel link. Okay. Okay, you have 19 subscriber and 43 videos. Your 6 days, 3 months, what is the oldest video? 3 months. Reality of election, BJP versus Congress, who is winning in 2024, 19 views. Brah. You need to at least be monetized, man. At least be monetized first. Again, I think you should be able to get if you are focused on one thing. Do you really like red color, or is that the color that you think is the works the best? Everything is in red. Everything is in red. Don't have one color, have some colors, man. Have some colors. Science behind the hair fall. There is science for it, I just don't care about it anymore, because here's the fact about hair fall. I'm poor, that's why my hair is falling. If you are rich, hair fall is not an issue. Look into Elon Musk. Lost all his hair, then hair is like, I'm rich, and hair came back. Jeff Bezos is like so rich, he's like, I don't need hair. I'm like, damn. This guy, CEO of Telegram, he was also going bald, and then he's like, bruh, I'm rich, hair came back. So if I ever say that I'm rich, hair can come back. So that's not an issue anymore. So it's just either I'm rich or I'm not. In BTech syllabus, there is skin effect topic. Whew, damn. Many mistakes, such as life. See, knock, you are asking a silly question. Life is life. Like, life is written that way. It's like, one thing that I was talking about, I just watched Three Body Problem, and it was genuinely unique. After so long, I watched something that was truly unique, and given the fact that Foundation was not coming this year, it will come next year, so I'm happy that I watched it, and it's really good, and a video is coming on that. It's also very good. I'm kind of like, truly, I would urge you to watch it. It's like, it's a truly unique thing, and it's not written by a Westerner, it's written by a Chinese man, so there is a different kind of topology to it, so it's unique. The topic I chosen is dangerous and affected the society. That's why I chosen the red color. Your foreign viewers generate more ad revenue than India? No, not more, but higher priority. Not higher priority. I will say, basically per view. What do you call? Dollar per view is higher in English channel compared to dollar per view in my Hindi channel. Actually asking the reason for hair fall. It's not my department. There are doctors, there are people who study this their whole life. It's their department, it's not mine. Can you talk about some shows once a month, like you have done with Dune 2? I have watched because it's only, got the book. Wait a minute. Got the book. Damn, you actually tried. Okay, that's good. Became successful and get hairline back itself is a pure respect. that's my aim. That if I ever become successful, hair will come back. It's like, or I may become so successful that I can lose the hair. It's like, it's a different kind of ultra baller. It's like, hair is not needed, I'm rich. So that's there. I have white or was again. Would you rather have white hair or no hair? Again, the only thing I hate about my hair system is that I have hair here. Like, that's the part I hate. Like, I'm getting hair everywhere in my body and losing hair. It's like they're migrating from ear to ear. Like, literally, that's the whole thing. Okay, so now it's been 1 hour, and again, it's getting extremely hot. So I'm gonna take my leave. Okay. We are cousins. Okay, anyway, thank you for such a lovely live stream, and thank you for donation, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.